Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy and how he can use the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem to defeat President Donald Trump in the primaries, right? There's one extremely important, by the way, there's going to be a robust discussion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem in this content, so there are spoilers here. All right, so basically, Vivek Ramaswamy has the opportunity to talk about a significant American political issue from discussion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem if he sees the film and then begins to bring it up this week when it's fresh, when people are excited about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and pull that goodwill and that excitement into his own campaign, right? And attach it to himself, right? So what is the issue? The issue is crime fighting, okay? So actually, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a wonderful, delightful, super fun film that is about crime fighting. Americans are highly interested in crime fighting right now. So what can Vivek Ramaswamy say to speak to the crime fighting that is shown in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem that is outlandishly unpredictable but is also a good idea? Here we go. All right. So right now in America we have a terrible problem with crime fighting. Okay. So who is able to fight crime, right, in America right now? Well, it's limited. Right now all our crime fighting is done by police officers. Police officers used to be super useful. They are now increasingly highly unuseful at the macro level. I'm incredibly blessed. I have a really good, I'm incredibly blessed. I don't even live in a high-end neighborhood, but we have super kind, super tolerant, super effective police in my area. That is not the case in all American cities, right? So in many American cities, in many American neighborhoods, police are increasingly not useful, right? Now, even, so a buddy of mine had his bike stolen last year. He did not even think about calling the police, and the reason why is he knew somebody whose car was stolen and who reported it to the police, and the police did nothing, right? He did not get his car back. They did not want to see video evidence. They did not take his report did not make him feel like they were, at no point were they like, we're going to get the people who did this. They were like, we're taking this report. You can go kick rocks, right? Like it was, and so he knew, a buddy of his had a car stolen and the police did not care, right? So he did not feel that anyone was going to fight crime for him, right? So Vivek Ramaswamy can propose a new way to fight crime. So our current police are not highly useful when it comes to crime fighting, right? Now, if it's super serious, if there's like a murder or something, but people want all crime fought, not just even a bike theft, right? They're like, hey, can you go out and fight crime and fight people and bring back my bike? Can you go out and get my car? Can you go out and actually prosecute? Can you actually fight crime and return the things that have been stolen to me, or stop them from being stolen, right? And right now, the current police force is not equipped to do that, right? Like, very few people in America feel like they can pick up the phone, report a crime, and justice is going to be served. In fact, and I don't need to tell you this. You just, go on any news source. Now there will be 100 stories about it, right? People are upset. They're like, crime fighting isn't really happening. So what could Vivek propose to stop this? Well, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are vigilantes. Right? Now, that is a harsh word for it, but what if there was a better word for it and a better structure for it? Volunteer crime fighters, right? Crime fighters in America who did not use weapons, right? And simply went into situations to get back bikes, get back cars, get back things that were stolen, to fight crime, right? Return stolen items, stop people from stealing items, right? And we had a volunteer crime fighter force. Vivek could propose this, right? This would be very challenging to do, right? And the reality, and you're like, wait a second, people are going to fight crime with No weapons? Yes, that's exactly right. It would be outrageously dangerous, right? And so you're like, well, Scott, nobody's going to sign up for that. Boy, are you wrong. Like, we already know people absolutely will sign up for noble jobs and take outrageous risks in order to help other people. How do we know this? Because we have tons of volunteer fire people, firemen and firewomen. Tons of them. In fact, I think we have more volunteer firemen and firewomen in America than we have professionals, right? And they are more than willing to risk their lives, right, for zero pay, right? So this is a way inspired by the courage, right, of Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello and Michelangelo. And I think Americans, I'm predicting right now. I'm predicting that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem will be a $100 million movie. It will definitely make $100 million at the box office, right? Global. Right? We'll see about the domestic. I think it may even break $100 million domestic, right? It's a very good film. I highly recommend it. 5 out of 5 star film, right? But I highly recommend it. But this would be a way that this would be a great idea. It would be outrageously unpredictable. Nobody would expect Vivek to say, if I'm president, I'm going to make sure that there is a volunteer crime fighter force. That would get millions of votes. You know, from who? Tons of young Americans that would sign up for this immediately, right? Like, they're like, oh, wait, you going to let me go return stolen goods to somebody else, right? Like, to do what the police will not do right now? Bet I'm in. Millions and millions of votes. And you're like, Scott, that is chaotic and wild. You are 100% right. Guess what? It's going to take it to beat President Donald Trump. That dude, every word out of his mouth is outlandishly unpredictable. And Vivek had better be taking some risks. He needs to have outlandishly unpredictable words coming out of his mouth. He needs to have plans that are going to be hard to implement, that are going to excite young Americans. This would excite young Americans. And it's coming from an awesome source, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. The only path forward, in my humble opinion, to overcome the Ward Cleaver wall, right, to jump over it, right, is outlandish unpredictability. You got to out-Trump Trump. And you got to do it with a heart for good rather than evil, right? Vivek Ramaswamy is a man who has a heart for good, not a heart for evil. And I think if he's willing to take these risks, if he's willing to own ideas that are outlandishly unpredictable and incredibly exciting, he can beat Donald Trump.